What's up? It's Earth Angel Ari, or if you don't know me, my name is Ariana. I'm 20 years old. I live here in Miami, Florida, and I help people become the most healthiest, wealthiest, happiest, and most powerful version of themselves. So today I'm going to go over why failure is not real. Okay? This is extremely important so that you can go out there and start acting and living and walking in your faith so that you can have everything that you've always wanted. You can have the life that you've always wanted. So, let's start off with the fact that universal laws of manifestation are real. You literally can bring anything into your life as long as you match the identity, match the vibration, and that thing that you want is all that you are, all that your being is. Okay? If I want people to think I'm beautiful, I need to exist as somebody who is beautiful. I need to fully consume my mind with thoughts of beauty, that I'm beautiful, of self-love, of confidence, of grace, everything. So universal laws can literally bring anything into your life that you want it to. It will come one way or another. You don't need to know how. Again, that's God's job. That's the universe's job. Man plans, God laughs. Your job is not to ask how, but be confident that it will. Literally in biblical scripture it says, ask and ye shall receive. Knock and the door shall be open to you. It's very simple. Whatever you want, you will have it one way or another. You don't need to ask how, but it will come to you. So let's just start there. You literally have infinite abundance and resources in this universe for you to have whatever you want. Being a multi-millionaire, somebody who has $50 million, for a lot of people will think it's unrealistic, but for me, I think it's just a couple sales per day out of the billions of people online or in the world that could buy from me or buy from your business, right? Having a man who does everything that you want him to do, or having the career that you've always wanted that makes you so happy. The world is filled with those kinds of people, filled with those kinds of opportunities, filled with everything, an infinite amount. You already have everything that you want. It's already existing here. So, and there's literally no reason why you can't have it. It already exists. God made it so that it could exist for you to literally have and just take and assume that it's yours and you will have it. There's no blockages. So why do we constantly feel fear of failure? Fear to go after the things that we want because we don't want to fail. Failure isn't an option, sweetie. Failure doesn't exist. Okay, when I was 17 years old and I moved out of my house, dropped out of college, and had no career or money, failure wasn't an option. I did not assume that I was going to fail. I did not even think about failure. I didn't want failure to literally step one foot I didn't want failure to be within 10 miles of me, because then there was a possibility that it could possibly exist. Failure does not exist. You give it life. And I'm going to explain that a little bit more further on within this video. Okay? So, failure doesn't exist if you do not quit. Okay? Let's say your destination is right here and you're here. Maybe once you decide that this is where you want to be and this is what you want, maybe you don't get there right away, but you will get there. Failure is not an option. Failure doesn't exist if you don't stop going towards the thing that you want. It's literally impossible. Like, it would be impossible. It would genuinely be impossible. And the crazy thing is that most of the things that you guys want, you could have that within 1 to 6 to 1 year of consistency. Of just moving towards the goal. You could literally have all of it. Your dream body, you could have that in 2 months. 6-figure business, with everything that you can do online, you can have that in 1 month. $10 million house, you could totally have that in a year if you made the ballsy moves that you need to. 100%. You could. So, what's the deal? Why are you still believing in failure? Failure literally doesn't exist. It only exists when you quit, when you give it existence. Literally. Okay? And the only time that failure really exists is when you manifest it. Okay? So let's talk about that. Okay? So when you believe in failure, right? Though if you think that you can fail and you're not walking in faith and you're not going full force at what you want, you believe in failure, you manifest failure. Whatever you believe in, whatever you are, it will show up in your life. If you do not believe in failure, if failure is not an option, you will always succeed in everything. It's that simple, okay? So if you believe in failure and you believe in fear, maybe you don't like them, but you believe in them, then it's going to change the way that you move throughout your life. It's going to change the way that you do things. And it's literally going to deliberately make you fail. That's why I couldn't even have one thought of the possibility of failure when I was in that situation when I was young. I couldn't even have one thought of it because failure was not an option. Okay? So, if you're thinking about failure, you're going to be like tiptoeing towards your goal versus actually going full force and momentum, not being afraid, not acting as if failure was even an option, right? Like if you knew that you were going to get the job, how would you ask? How would you act when you go into your interview? You would be your best self. You would be happy. You would be celebrating. You would be magnetic. You would literally be so amazing. Like, how would you act if you knew the answer was yes? How would you act if you knew that you were going to get what you wanted? How would you act if you didn't believe in fear, believe in failure? Because when you believe in those things, that's what will come because you're manifesting them. You get whatever you believe in, whatever you are. It's exactly what you manifest. So if you knew the answer was yes, wouldn't you be so much more confident? Wouldn't you go after the thing that you wanted with such momentum, such force, because you just knew that you would have it? It's kind of like when you're hungry and you know that your favorite meal is in the fridge. Of course, you're going to run to the fridge and go grab that meal. So why don't you do the same thing with your goals and with your desires? Okay? With that being said, when you do not believe in fear and you do not believe in failure, you fully show up as a different person, right? If you didn't believe in those things, how would you feel? You would be more confident. You would take the risk. You would have your dream life. Damn right you would have your dream life because you would have taken the risk that you didn't take. And that's okay. Because whenever something happens, it's for a reason. And the universe will just reroute you to the fastest way towards your goal. So everything happens for a reason. You're watching this video because now from here on out, you're not going to be afraid. You're not going to believe in failure. Everything happened in your life so that you could watch this video and so you can make the change when you watch this video. Okay? You'd be more confident. You'd take the risk. You would be celebrating. If you knew you were going to get $1 million this year and failure wasn't an option, you'd be celebrating. You'd be like, oh my God, I'm so grateful. I can't believe I get to live this lifetime where I'm a millionaire, where I get everything that I want. You'd be so happy. You'd be celebrating. You'd be grateful. You'd be looking at the sunsets like, oh gosh, I can't believe I get to live this life. It's amazing. There would be no problems in your life. There would be no anxiety. The moral of this video is to not believe in the things that aren't real. You give it life, okay? The flu is not real unless there's a host for the flu to infect. That's exactly what fear and failure is. It doesn't exist in our reality until we give it life, until we give it a host to exist within. Okay? Fear and failure is not an option to you. It's not. If you're following me, if you're subscribed to me, failure is not an option to you. Your job as my faithful follower is to go after the thing that you want with full force, with confidence and conviction that whatever you ask for, you shall receive. It's in biblical scripture. God literally said so. Regardless of what religion you are, regardless. They all say the same thing. They all practice the universal laws and these principles. This is literally the way that our universe is built. It's the way that our universe is built. So today, go after the thing that you want. This is not just supposed to be like some motivational speech or anything. This is not supposed to be that. This is just telling you how to exile failure and fear from your life so that you can be great. You can be the highest, the most powerful, the most wealthiest, the most healthiest version of yourself. And it's so possible for all of us. That is literally the only reason why we exist here on this planet, to become our highest, most greatest self, to grow in fullest expansion and expression. And that is all that you have to do. So from here on out, I really want you to just think about, like, what does this version of you look like that doesn't believe in failure, doesn't believe in fear? How would you act differently today than you do normally? What actions would you take that you wouldn't normally take? What feelings of emotion would you feel that you wouldn't normally feel if you knew that the answer would always be yes? If you knew that failure didn't exist, that you could just simply ask and receive and simply have whatever you want? Who and what does that look like? And I want you to be that person every single day. Because if I can do it, I'm just a little freaking girl. Like, I'm just a little girl. If I can do it, why can't you do it? So many people that come from less, that are not as smart, that don't have as much potential, are able to do this. And you can too. I love you guys so much. Thanks so much for watching. If you have a friend who needs to level up, who's ready to exile fear and failure, please send them this video so they can level up right along with you. And if you like this video, make sure you subscribe so that you do not miss any of my other teachings. And if you want to follow me on Instagram for daily content like this, daily value, daily information, motivation, whatever it is that you need, my Instagram handle is the same as my YouTube handle. And for those of you who want more resources to help you level up, I will link my website down below where you can find all my resources and all my handles to my other social media platforms like TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, Apple, all that stuff. I love you guys so much. And if you watched all the way through, let me know what you liked about this video in the comments. I always read all my comments, and I love to hear from you guys so much. Your comments literally motivate me to make more videos. Like, I'm so serious. Like, today I was on a run. I read this most hilarious comment from this guy who was talking about how he also receives princess treatment. I was like, you go, buddy, you go. I love to see it. So I read all your guys' comments. I love you so much, and I will see you in the next video.